been the WNBA's two best teams. Here's Hole on the drive, floats it up. Here's Kelsey Mitchell, who's been red hot. Clark looking ahead and finds Clark.
What a great play for Leah Boston.
Courtney Williams playing catch. Williams launches Clark. Clark with that float shot.
Really step up her game.
Mitchell launches. Next in the WNBA, and they've been playing
alive, not only with their shot, but
a year ago seemed destined to finish their last 11 as Clark launches.
Of a scoring threat this season has just kind of been here, even adapt within the season.
4 games. Smith catching.
You have to be able to put a hand up on all.
And any team in the WNBA, this is the early going in Boston with a massive size of
advantage there down low. The ball up there, she does a good job recognizing the help, especially with the block on here. Lexi Hull would have really treasured that.
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, catch and shoot. Fever shooters in the Minnesota perimeter. There's Mitchell, head full of steam.
Player, she loves going down her personal left. So explosive, it's hard to recover.
Boston, and once again, it's Clark.
Be quicker than the team, but right there, such a great take.
Up and down, here's Clark, catch and shoot. There's.
She said this will be the game you.
And this is on a 3.
Going where the ball is going to come off every single time.
Recovery there, and Lexi Hull, that's it.
But she can also put the ball on the floor. So
just checked in, she's a good defender too.
To that sweet spot.
Diving in on the drive.
Respect that these players have for her.
The 3, driving on. Heidemann leads in, flips. And a really good acquisition for the Lynx.
For perfection. Within herself as well, but see that.
Has not checked out of the game here. Court pass. That is a deep 3 from Clark. Looking aggressive. Clark launches.
Difficult shot. She just gets it.
One. She'll bounce for Mitchell. Mitchell
up to the Indiana Fever in training camp. But as time goes on, I think they both want the same thing as far as
Mitchell catch and shoot.
Player that again the Fever desperate.
Extra pass and Lassini. Clark sets up Dantas. And Bria Gossine. Got a goal here. That's a difficult look. It's one of the top defenses in the league. As Asia Wilson has kicked back. Here's a fact. Benley 3. Lassini
with the exact same energy. And
I guess if you're the opponent, but
here's the score.
Heidemann attacking Clark. Found a spot in the WNBA. It's Clark.
I mean, not only with her passing, but also especially that floater.
From their second units. Really strong here.
Well, she couldn't quite stay out.
Hines Allen, aggressive take. They've got a really, Wheeler just blows by Collier. Collier extra pass. And there's
but we've seen
tested for the 3rd time this season.
Fine.
An open 3. Now she'll take it.
And knock it down, no hesitation.
Collier and Lynn Dunn are
to the day, all hours.
A nice start. He's got beats Boston, who will launch.
Kind of do what works and play how
19 of their 39. They've already won 5 more games than a year. And Mitchell, extra pass. Extra pass, McBride catch and shoot. Clark the hesitation, Clark the floater.
Here's the halftime reports, whatever the case may be.
It's amazing how quickly that's offensive rebound. And
is really what's making this team so special.
Had wound down. And Lassini.
That makes it tough on the defense because one needs to cut in front of you. So that's tough.
Into a double team, lofts it up for Boston seating. Now this is the question. Uhas launch. Williams sets up Collier, who's open.
The miss or the makes. It's just
but Collier's having scores in the WNBA rebounds. The Sparks take on Angel Reese, and this rookie class has been on the handoff from Boston. And
as you can see, Hines Allen did not. Again, it's the first time they're going to the playoffs.
In this building too. Look at Hines Allen. Carlton back for 18 this year, 13 a year ago. So look at Mitchell, Clark. Click.
For the Fever. Again, it's not always about the mixing
there as Williams on the drive, off back. Kind of great with the shot clock low, and Boston. Hines Allen skip past Carlton.
It wasn't the best, but she's been able to really buck.
Iowa State. Have not trailed since the midway point of this. Clark fading, firing. Put her on that initial wrap around pass to Carlton. Lost her father just before the season, half of the season. Alana Smith within 2.
I think that's how the rest of the game is going to go.
Boston backing her way in, flips it up. It's playing catch underneath. Smith muscling. Went into halftime with Smith launches. Boston spinning into a double. Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota playoffs with a ton of experience.
But it looks like they've had an answer.
Here's Smith rolling and change that. Clark stepping back, fading, firing. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hands of the WNBA on Ion. Check your local playoff matchups. Not a made field goal. Carlton.
Really good for offensive shot to get that up and have that call.
Mitchell trying to play. Lexi, hold on, another steal. The back, stepping back into a deep two. That's a Collier straight away.
If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense. And
Austin on the drive, gets inside, and he's carried Indiana offensively.
Collier is an excellent defense.
Keeps it, the Fever trying to hold down number 6.
They're not moving with the person.
Mitchell that we've seen in the third. As Collier. Shooter. And Eastern. It's the National Women's Sally there. Here's Collier going coast to coast.
Covering. His feet made him pay.
Okay, but everything difficult. Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs here on Indiana. Mitchell gets it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams is with second. Williams steps into a threat.
Find the open players so easily.
Clark driving on Carlton. Clark is the three, pulls up and connects. At least since the month of May.
It's the win, but you got it
on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep here from the Lynx, and Hines Allen shots. Hull steps into it too. Key moment in this game as Allen maybe shuffled her feet here in the third quarter.
Opportunity to do that here, but
when they played Minnesota, it's won by 2. That'll send Indiana to the line.
They can get some of this momentum back into
Bentley off balance, feeds inside.
If you get beat, you got drop just in all of her qualities come back.
Mitchell on the drive, the floater with a high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space. Shot. Oh, corner to the fourth. And the Fever really by Fag Bentley. Collier lines it over. Uhas comes up with the scissors from inside. And wide open. Here of the fourth as Carlton tries to answer long. They started the season 1-8, so putting on the move. Shot off the mark there. Carlton, corner 3.
The reason why Minnesota has had the
fourth after that 29-point third quarter. Instead looking inside for Boston.
The offense is going to make
and it praise pregame. I think maybe most at times that's to take a back
college to last year to this year has been.
Pass, Williams steps into a 3, can't help it up with Temi Fag Bentley, and a lot of crossover. Williams gets inside, floats it.
That's really going to
setting up Clark. They still out crowd to their feet. Samuelson will check in. Hull gets in a couple of minutes. Smith straight away. Boston one bounce. Bentley struggling to get anything going offensively. Williams launches.
Well, that she just decided to go ahead.
Samuelson open from the corner. Williams trying to pick her spot. Lob it inside. Skip pass. Mitchell launches. And hit. Williams is into the corner. Carlton launches. Clark, step back. Clutch games, that's the second best record. Picked up her 5th foul a couple minutes ago. Mitchell, step back.
Yeah, those deflections, I mean, it's...
Clark is 25, extra pass. Carlton, big serve from Bridget Carlton. Boston, another impact play. And
open 3.
Lead Clark, back for Samuelson. Hit it, driving on Samuelson. Gets by in 50 seconds. Give him. Here is Clark, difficult. Thought about the 3, she'll hoist. Carlton started all of it. Bentley back for a hole. Under a minute left to play. Williams running into a double team. Dangerous pass.
Her rhythm. And her team
now a 4-point lead. So Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running. They really set the tone. Still rattled off the final 5 points of them as they headed into the locker room. And they
in it, so you have to be able to good.
There's Fag Bentley from the corner, all the way down to 1. He's in. The Lynx with 99 here.
I'm now joined courtside by Nafisa.
And really just put a statement how the rest of the game is going to go.
Minnesota threatening here to open up the third. Boston backing her way in, flips it up.
Weird, but a play.
Biggs playing catch underneath. Smith muscle. Pick up some of that momentum they went into halftime with. Smith launches. Chicago is taking that another step forward. Boston spinning into a double.
Momentum on one side to the other.
Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota. They'll head into the playoffs with a ton of experience.
Been tested all season long, but it looks like they've had an answer a bit more and more comfortable with each other.
Here's Smith rolling and opening a couple minutes of the third. Clark trying to change that. Brown trying to swing it back the direction of Indiana. Clark stepping back, fading, firing. They whip it inside. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hand. Chicago against Minnesota. It's the WNBA on Ion. Check your local court here as we hit the month of September. Playoff matchups. Fever have gone 4 minutes now without a made field goal. Carlton
has come alive, which makes it really good for offensive shot to get that return. Defender, so just coming up and having that call.
Mitchell trying to feeds inside. Smith had it knocked away. Lexi, hold another steal. Mitchell looking aggressive. Mitchell going behind the back, stepping back into a deep two. That's it. Got a better look out of their possession. Collier straight away.
Which, if it goes, it's great. If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense and include big threes like in the second half.
Boston on the drive, gets inside, and that trio of Boston, Mitchell, and Clark has carried Indiana offensively.
Dribble, who, again, Collier is an excellent defense.
Less than 48 hours ago. Keeps it. Minnesota battling for number 2. Fever trying to hold down number 6.
They're not talking, and they're not moving with the person.
Deep 2-point shots from Mitchell that we've seen in the third. As calling
nice easy finish there for Smith.
78% free throw shooter. And Louisville coverage begins at 7 o'clock Eastern. It's the National Women's Summit away. Way too easily there. Here's Collier going coast to coast.
Straight away, but they did a good job recovering. His feet made him pay.
In quarter, Mitchell trying to create, but everything difficult. Pick up the intensity defensively. Here's Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs an 8-point lead. They have turned the tables here on Indiana. Mitchell gets on. Fever had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams a switch ball on Peyton Clark. Second.
Lining up and seeing something we've seen time and time.
Williams steps into a threat.
It looks like Minnesota is able to find the open players so easily.
Defense has been out of sync. Clark driving on Carlton. Clark with numbers, extra pass. Williams shot fakes the 3, pulls up, and connects. Sees it. Or at least since the month of May.
She's passionate. She loves the game. She wants to win. But you've got to...
We'll get a brief rest on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep side. Look at the ball movement here from the Lynx, and Hines Allen
made them pay by finding that open person.
Back Bentley, she was open, passes up the shots, Bull steps into it too. Really feels like a key moment in this game as Hines Allen maybe shuffled her feet. 27 to 10 here in the third quarter. Have just 10 in the third.
Which the Fever have an opportunity to do that here, but
except when they played Minnesota. It's won by 2. That'll send Indiana to the line.
Have to be so solid to see if they can get some of this momentum back into it.
Heineman driving into back Bentley, off balance, feeds inside.
Discipline on Lexi Hold's part. If you get beat, you get. But also the mama she does a great job just in all of her qualities. Come back.
Good defensive sequence there for Minnesota. Mitchell on the drive, the floater.
Aren't falling. See if you can make somebody fall.
That high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space. Shot
just a tad late. And the Lynx are able to punish him.
Oh, corner. Much better start here to the fourth. And the Fever really... Hines Allen. And watched by Fag Bentley. Collier lines up, had a good one offensively, but that time turns it over. Uhas comes up with the side deep position. Collier misses from inside. And off. Clark, Mitchell, wide open. 3 in the first 2 minutes here of the fourth as Carlton tries to answer. This has been a resilient group all season long. They started the season 1-8 game situations. Mitchell putting on the move, shot off the mark there here tonight. Carlton corner 3.
Some threes is the reason why Minnesota has had
points here in the fourth after that 29-point third quarter. Clark on a handoff. Oh, had a moment there. Instead looking inside for Boston.
You are late. The offense is going to make
70% free throw shooter. And Chris decides to really sing your praise pregame. I think maybe the most needed of her for this team to win, and at times that's to take a back seat.
Throws from last year to this year, even college to last year to this year has been.
McBride extra pass. Williams steps into a 3. Can't connect. Jumping up with Temi Pack Bentley and a lot. Williams on a crossover. Williams gets inside, floats it.
Multiple offensive possessions. It's really going to...
Boston setting up Clark. 8-3. Caitlin Clark summoning the sellout crowd to their feet. Katie Lou Samuelson will check in. Bull gets a layer here for at least a couple of minutes. Smith straight away, looking for space. Feeds it into Boston. Boston one bounce. And third quarter. They're struggling to get anything going offensively. Williams launches.
The ball. I think she had a wide open shot as well that she just decided to go ahead.
Feeding it back for Boston. Inside, Samuelson open from the corner. Here, back up 4. Williams trying to pick her spot, lob it inside.
Monster block there by AB trying to get something there.
Clark, skip pass. Smith muscling inside. Mitchell launches. And hit.
Not only from the crowd, but from his team.
Williams the 3, had him in on the drive. Bounce pass into the corner. Carlton launches.
With Carlton, you got to be able to know where she's at.
Clark, step back. They are 14-6 in league-defined clutch games. That's the second best record. Lexi Holt not on the floor right now. She picked up her 5th foul a couple minutes ago. Mitchell, step back.
Yeah, those deflections, I mean, it's to be there for your players and get those deflections.
Clark is 25 candidates have shown out here tonight. Smith extra pass. Carlton, big shot.
Her teammates are looking for it.
A silencer from Bridget Carlton. Boston, look at Carlton making another impact play. And
your possessions led to another wide open 3.
Lead rebound. Nice job by Heidemann to evade it. Clark back for Samuelson. Lead. Heidemann driving on Samuelson. Gets by. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Give them. Couldn't get over the hump. Here is Clark. Difficult. Boston thought about the 3. She'll hoist.
Third quarter, and it just made him pay bucket after bucket.
Carlton started all of that. A pulse. McBenley back for a hole. 8-point game with under a minute left to play. Need to force turnovers. Williams running into a double team. Dangerous pass.
Broken up, and she's done a great job of finding her rhythm. And her team
goes in on the playoffs. Connecticut right now a 4-point lead. So tie break. Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running.
Entirety of that second half.
They really set the tone. They had a 10-point lead, and Minnesota rattled off the final 5 points of, I think, a little bit of momentum as they headed into the locker room. And
it's extremely difficult to stay mentally in it, so you have to be able to get
double. There's Fagbenley from the corner. After their lead was trimmed all the way down to 1. The 5th win of the season. Minnesota. The Lynx with 99 here.
I'm now joined courtside by Nafisa.